A shocking truth plagues our communities. Nearly half of Black Americans believe LGBTQ relationships are morally wrong. This belief, deeply rooted in religious doctrine, casts a long shadow over our churches. It perpetuates a harmful cycle of homophobia and transphobia within the Black community. The Black church has historically been a beacon of hope, yet for many LGBTQ individuals, it has become a source of pain. The very place meant to offer solace often becomes a breeding ground for judgment and exclusion. This hypocrisy cuts deep. It forces individuals to choose between faith and identity. The Black church, often reflecting the conservative values of its surrounding society, has grappled with LGBTQ inclusion. The fight for racial equality has often overshadowed the fight for LGBTQ equality within these spaces. But silence is no longer an option. We must create space for healing and reconciliation. The time for change is now. The impact of homophobia and transphobia within the Black church is devastating. LGBTQ individuals often face rejection from their families, friends, and communities. They're ostracized, silenced, and made to feel unworthy. This rejection can lead to isolation, depression, and even suicide. Many LGBTQ individuals within the Black church live double lives. They hide their true selves for fear of judgment. This constant fear and anxiety can have severe consequences for their mental and emotional health. The Black church, a pillar of strength for so many, can become a source of profound pain for LGBTQ individuals. They're often denied access to resources and support systems. Their experiences are invalidated, their voices silenced. We must remember that LGBTQ individuals are not problems to be solved. Their humanity deserves to be affirmed. The lack of inclusion and acceptance within the Black church manifests in various ways. Homophobic sermons are delivered from pulpits. LGBTQ relationships are condemned as sinful. Conversion therapy is promoted as a solution. These practices create a hostile environment for LGBTQ individuals. Many Black churches refuse to acknowledge the existence of LGBTQ individuals within their congregations. They deny them leadership roles and opportunities to participate fully in church life. And this exclusion sends a clear message. LGBTQ individuals are not welcome. It perpetuates the stigma surrounding LGBTQ identities. We must break down these walls of exclusion. We must embrace a theology of love, grace, and inclusion. The silence surrounding homophobia and transphobia within the Black church is deafening. Many fear speaking out against these injustices. They worry about being ostracized by their communities or losing their positions of power. This silence allows homophobia to fester and grow. Statistics paint a grim picture. A 2020 study found that nearly half of Black Americans believe LGBTQ people face a great deal of discrimination. Yet, these same communities often remain silent on issues of LGBTQ equality. This silence is a form of complicity. It allows prejudice and discrimination to continue unchallenged. We must break this silence. We must speak out against injustice, even when it's uncomfortable. The urgency of this issue is best understood through real stories. Consider the story of Yvette Flunder, a Black pastor who came out as a lesbian in 1989. She faced immediate backlash. Her church ostracized her, She lost her job, yet her spirit remained unbroken. She went on to found the City of Refuge United Church in San Francisco. It offered a space of radical inclusion for LGBTQ people of color. Her story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a call to action for us all. Her journey highlights the importance of representation. Seeing someone like yourself thriving despite the odds can be life-changing. Flunder's story reminds us that we are not alone. We need more stories like Flunder's. Creating a more inclusive environment within the Black church is not an impossible task. It requires a willingness to engage in difficult conversations. We must acknowledge the harm that has been done. We must listen to the experiences of LGBTQ individuals. We must be open to learning and growing. Education is key. Understanding leads to empathy. Empathy leads to acceptance. The Black church has a moral imperative to be a place of love and acceptance for all. We must fight for the full equality and liberation of all God's children. This is a call to action. We cannot afford to be bystanders in the face of injustice. We must all be agents of change. We must challenge homophobia and transphobia wherever we see it. Silence is not an option. Lives are at stake. Share this message. Start conversations within your families, your churches, and your communities. Educate yourself and others about LGBTQ issues. Support organizations working to advance LGBTQ equality. Together, we can create a world where all LGBTQ individuals feel loved, accepted, and affirmed for who they are. Please subscribe, comment, and share this video with others.